episodes. You have put money into my pocket. You have paid for the 3 homes. You are a fan. So Sandoval is like, they're booing me, but you're inside with a ticket purchase. Yeah, he's played it well. Go on. You got me upset again.
Well, I think she's played it well too, because the more we don't hear from her, the more anticipation builds, right? The more you're curious about how has she been, what is her stance, does she come back and say, because we a lot of our fans said to us they enjoyed the conversation where we said maybe she is on the spectrum to some degree. Does she find that diagnosis and come out? My prediction, although you're the psychic on the show, is I think she is going to do some self-reflection, come back with some sort of diagnosis, because it makes it not harder, but it just, and I do think there's some diagnoses, like the lack of emotion, the weird, there's something that isn't quite there, I think she leans into that. And I don't know, does she be with Sandoval? And I also think she could make a shit ton of money too. I think the longer, and again, nothing against Ariana, I'd be doing the same thing. But I think the longer Ariana gets all these endorsements and big fanfare and all this money, the less and less people are going to empathize with her. And I think it gives Raquel and her team a longer time to craft an angle. And I wouldn't be shocked if Raquel comes out on top too.
I mean, listen, you remember when Stassi put up the black square or whatever, and she shut down the Instagram? It's like, the key is don't say a word. Like, you just, yes, week after week, she's playing it right. Like, I don't think it's do you think the FBI, like the family and the death threats, like, I don't think they're making that up though, right? To you?
Oh God, no. Well, you're a lawyer. I mean,
I'm not saying right. I'm not saying right. I mean, like, you can't.
I would think look, could TMZ have wrong sources? 100%. Maybe they've called local law enforcement, but they haven't called the FBI.
But they usually don't. It's like Page Six. When TMZ reports something, or Page Six, it's mostly based in pretty good fact checking before they put it out there. So I guess then Raquel, no, I mean, I wasn't even saying like, I mean, you're not going to call the FBI and claim something if it's not true. I mean, you're in fucking serious trouble then for wasting their time. But yeah, I mean, I guess they're not embellishing it then, I guess. So, I mean, that's where it's like, oh man, like,
I mean, I think it's true. It's very high profile. And, remember when somebody wanted to kidnap Russell Crowe and assassinate him or something, and the FBI got involved and then showed up at the Oscars? They do help stars out when there are really serious death threats. Maybe that's it. I just, once it gets to this point, and again, we'll talk Renna, I really want to know what these fans and people are thinking. Like, it's so crazy.
Sick fucking people.
I mean, do you guys think that these people are your friends, or it's so, you guys know this is like a TV show and people are genuinely, like in real life, scorned by cheaters. And then that cheater has like all the money and tries to destroy, like that's an asshole guy that deserves a death threat. But really? These people on a show?
Or should we just be happy that, like, thank God people are confused. Thank God everyone is so outraged, because I mean, we're going all the way to the bank over here. I'm not doing this job for free. Sorry, I'm not interested. Love everyone. Fucking tired. I just want to sleep all day. I mean, I don't know. I think it has gotten too far. Look, I mean, Bravo doesn't like when it goes this far. And this is why, well, what were you going to say about, you were going to say something about, what were you just, about Rinna. Right, Rinna. So Rinna's now coming out.
But wait, before we move on to Rinna, I did get one of your 1,000 texts, which was VPR pause. What does VPR pause? No, I have 2 other things about VPR for you. I want to ask you about Lisa Vanderpump coming out and defending herself, saying she did, and I don't know. I go back to, I got a theory on that as well. But
what
LVP said
about defending herself, that she stuck up for Tom, or that she didn't know?
No, the rumor over the past 4 or 5 days has been that there is, in the part 3 of Vanderpump Rules reunion, there's going to be a bombshell dropped, which online started circulating that Lisa Vanderpump also knew about the affair like as soon as it started last August. And I find that interesting because if she did, that would be a wonderful thing to call up the producers and say, darlings, by the way, this affair is going on. Like, again, right? Now, Lisa totally denies that. She says she knows what the bombshell is. It is not that.
And she
And
says it's not that producers knew either. Yes.
which I guess I kind of believe that because, you know, they brought the cameras back up, like we know, after they had ended the filming of Vanderpump Rules, remember? And then they bring cameras back once they find out the cheating scandal. So I guess it's probably true that Lisa didn't know. But where was I
First
going
of
with
all, I
this?
mean, we have 3 parts of Reunion. By the time this comes out, we'll have already been on like the second part. We're almost in the third part. I mean, I don't understand, like, why could Lisa can't lie? I mean, we're gonna see it with our own eyes, right? Like, if that came up, I don't care if Lisa's a producer, they're not editing that out. She's not the only producer. She's not fucking Kris Jenner. She's not Kim Kardashian, where they have absolute control over every word that utters their lips. So I feel like if she says that's not what it is, I mean, it must not be it, because we're about to watch the third part of the reunion, right? So, right? That's how I feel. You know, I mean, I do think if she knew, I mean, look, if I were Lisa Vanderpump and I knew about this, yes, I would make the phone call you just described. Darlings, listen, you didn't hear this from me, but let me tell you about an affair. Open your eyes and park a car outside of Raquel's place and Mr. Sandoval's place and just look a little deeper. So, yeah, I mean, if I were Lisa Vanderpump and I found out about this, yes, I would milk this shit. That's how I would proceed. Sure.
And as our friend Oliver Saunders said, you know, Lisa, you know, everything is directed by Lisa. So, and again, I love LVP. I actually like her more seeing her on Vanderpump Rules than I ever did before. And of course, you know, she's getting a ton of shit for defending Tom Sandoval, which is just so dumb as people like, hello, they're in business. Again, he didn't
I don't
fucking
think
lie
she
to the
knew
IRS.
either, by the way. I don't think she
But don't you
knew.
find it stupid that people are coming for her about her defending Sandoval?
They're coming for us. They're apparently coming for everyone that, like, just, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes. Yes. I mean,
It's right. I mean, it's like, hello,
even if you
he
hate him
didn't commit a crime.
from a business point of view, I would not be speaking out against the person that is my partner. I don't care what percentage you have. I would not do that from a business point of view. I really think, but so, I mean, I don't know why everyone is coming from her. I mean, people just, I'm so over it. Listen, there's a lot of people when you and I say we're over it that then leave the there's a lot of people that are over this. There's a lot.